What does Europe mean to you? What's the opportunity, Boris?
The opportunity is over 700 million people, a cannabis market that over time can be double the U.S. market. It currently has a market, an illicit market, about the size of the U.S. market, around $90 billion. And it's very much underserved. And we feel that this acquisition is very strategic for us. We were looking at what are we going to be doing 5 to 6 years from now, where we're going to get our growth. And Europe is going to be a very big market. So we spent 3% of our market cap to buy the #1 operator in Europe in order to expand our operations and our brands into that very, very potentially large market.
Yeah, largely shares, also cash, a little bit of cash being used. I mean, you've completed 8 acquisitions in 2020, another acquisition to start off 2021. How are you feeling about the opportunity to continue to scale and the opportunity of legalization at the moment? Do you feel it's running as quickly as you expected?
Yeah, I mean, we're still very focused on the U.S. We understand that for the foreseeable future, that's going to be our focus. That's the largest market in the world. That's where everything is happening. And we will continue to be acquisitive and use organic growth in the United States. But a good company has to plan for its future. And where is the growth going to come? One cannot ignore Europe. It is, as I said, the second largest today, but potentially the largest addressable market in the world. And for, less than $300 million, we doubled our addressable market opportunity by going there. But the U.S. is still the focus. We do think legalization, full legalization will happen during this term, probably towards the end of the term. But in the interim period, we'll probably get safe banking over the next 12 months, which will significantly bring down the cost of capital for local operators.
Based on the cultural differences and the social mores and the differences in that, Boris, the European model and the European trajectory, do you think that's going to be a little bit faster?
The European market's much different in that it's a capital light model. So everything we dream about in the United States, we can actually do in Europe. We can have one manufacturing facility, one grow facility, and we can distribute through the whole continent. Whereas in the United States, as you all know, we have to build every one of these facilities in each state. So it's a much more capital light. It's much more traditional in that regard, but it's slower in its development. It's still very much a medical pharmaceutical model, not a recreational model, although you have both Switzerland and Holland this year looking at passing recreational laws. You have Angela Merkel stepping down in September, and Germany is likely moving in a direction of a recreational model next year. And if what they say, if Germany goes, the rest of the dominoes fall in Europe. And so we think our timing is right. It's not a very capital intensive opportunity. And it is a legal federal model in Europe. So we can finance the European business in Europe using traditional banks and traditional financing methods.
Boris, we've only got a minute left, but you more than doubled your revenue, record financial results, $650 million. I'm interested, more than 100 dispensaries, 23 states. What does the stimulus deal mean for you, for your demand, do you think?
Well, we definitely saw some weakness in the fourth quarter because of unemployment and pressure on our consumer. We think that the $600 they got in December and this one, $1,400, will definitely carry us over until the economy starts to recover in the second half of the year. And if we get the 4% unemployment rate at the end of this year, I think that the market will really, really be robust for cannabis. So we're very optimistic, and we guided, as you know, for 1.2 to 1.3 billion in revenue, which is almost 100% growth on last year, and that's before any acquisitions.